close the IndyGo Red Line is the first leg of a 4-year plan to close gaps in the city's transportation system. Stephen J. Beard and Joe Tamborello, Indianapolis StarThe system will impact all city residents, regardless of whether they ride the bus. See a GIF of all 3 planned routes. Learn how IndyGo's proposed fare policy works. Take a look inside IndyGo's new electric buses. Watch how left turns and U-turns will work near the new bus lanes. For nearly a decade, Indianapolis residents have heard city and transportation officials talk about their dreams of a thriving rapid transit system connecting Marion County. From these dreams, the 13-mile IndyGo Red Line was born. It's a $96.3 million undertaking and the crucial first step of a master plan to close long-endured transportation gaps in the city over the next 4 years. But after so much talk, the Red Line became equal parts transportation initiative and urban legend. Questions about when it would arrive lingered, and for some, visualizing a high-frequency bus rapid transit system was difficult. Countless concept renderings have been submitted, millions of dollars have been spent and a lot of orange construction cones have disrupted the normal flow of traffic, but now that vision is now starting to come into focus. The Red Line is quickly approaching, and its impact will be felt by more than just the people who use it to quickly go from Broad Ripple to the University of Indianapolis and points between. The stations this month, Red Line took its largest visible leap from idea to reality as crews began constructing Red Line stations throughout the city. A total of 28 stations will be built. Lauren Day, Director of Public Relations for IndyGo, said construction on the stations should be done in time for the Red Line summer 2019 launch. Day said the final Red Line launch date should be announced in the coming months. The stations will feature covered seating, lighting, Wi-Fi, bike racks and real-time travel information displayed on digital signs throughout each of the corridors. They're doing utility relocation, and then they're doing a significant amount of infrastructure improvement, they said. Those improvements include sidewalk repairs and extensions, ADA ramp repairs and the addition of new signals and pedestrian crossings. The presence of stations has ramped up excitement for the project. It gives residents tangible proof that the Red Line is on the way, and it allows them to imagine how the service may transform the look and feel of their communities. They said installing a station takes time, and officials are asking the public to be patient with this last stretch of construction. On Meridian, you saw what looked like a big hole in the ground at one point, they said. They were doing all the electrical and drainage work for the stations, so the canopy going up is really the last major construction that happens at each station before reinforcement of the pavement where buses will be. Station foundation and construction work is currently underway on Meridian Street at 18th Street, Fall Creek Parkway, 22nd Street, 30th Street, and 38th Street. On Shelby Street, work is being done at Hannah Avenue, Troy Avenue and Pleasant Run Drive. Capitol Avenue is seeing station work at 18th Street, while a Virginia Avenue station is being built at New Jersey Street. Updates and the complete construction schedule can be found at www.indygo.com/construction. The driving impact for the Red Line: to safely maintain its speed, buses will operate in dedicated lanes in each section of the corridor. The Red Line will operate in a single, two-way lane on College Avenue. It will operate in separate one-direction lanes on Meridian Street and Capitol Avenue. Southern portion of the Red Line on Virginia and Shelby will not have dedicated lanes. The system will also use a slightly raised curb on Meridian Street and College Avenue to reduce potential collisions between BRT vehicles and turning cars. With lanes dedicated to Red Line service, the corridor will see the loss of parking and fewer places for motorists to make left turns. On Meridian Street, the restrictions run from 19th Street and to 37th Street going north and southbound. On College Avenue, left turns would be prohibited at intersections from 39th to 63rd. U-turns will be permitted at signalized intersections with a protected left turn phased into the traffic signal cycle. The Red Line will also result in some permanent lane changes. Meridian Street will change from 4 lanes of traffic to 2 with the addition of protected left turn lanes, according to project maps. Northbound College Avenue will change from 2 lanes to 1 lane with protected turn lanes. Officials said that along College Avenue, roughly 20% of street parking will be removed. Along Meridian Street and Capitol Avenue, 1 lane of parking will be removed to accommodate the addition of bus lanes. By photo 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 autoplay show thumbnails show captions slide next slide the buses and the schedule. A new fleet of electric buses will debut along with the Red Line. These buses will run similarly to light rail, with dedicated lanes and raised platforms. The 60-foot-long buses have 50 seats and an additional standing capacity of about 40. The new buses, manufactured by BYD, run completely on battery, making the Red Line the first all-electric rapid transit line in the U.S., according to IndyGo. The buses have a range of about 275 miles per charge. Battery power means they are much quieter than a regular city bus, so passengers should be able to read, use the free Wi-Fi or even getting a little rest between stops. 13 buses will circulate the 13-mile, 28-stop route, running about every 10 minutes from Broad Ripple to the University of Indianapolis. Popular areas along the way include Fountain Square, the Indiana State House and Garfield Park. The Red Line will run from 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. every day of the year. The pricing with the new service comes a new fare structure set to take effect this spring. IndyGo is proposing that base pricing remains at $1.75 with half fares at 85 cents. Red Line and regular routes will be the same price. The purchase of a fare will earn riders a free 2-hour transfer ticket. The proposal also includes a fare capping system where riders can earn toward free rides. The daily fare cap is $4, and the weekly fare cap is $15.75. Day said fare capping is a way to encourage frequent use and to reduce the upfront financial impact on regular riders. IndyGo is also proposing a new account-based system called Mikey with a tap card and a mobile phone app. Customers can load money in advance and earn toward the weekly cap with each ride. For example, the weekly cap is equivalent to 9 trips, so say you had your new card or your mobile phone, and you took 9 trips throughout the work week, then any trips after that for the rest of the week are free, Day said, but they stressed that IndyGo is seeking feedback before implementing any changes to the fee structure. Visitors can complete a feedback survey at www.indigo.net/farepolicy through February 22. Questions and comments can also be submitted through the IndyGo call center at 317-635-3344 or at the Julie M. Carson Transit Center at 201 E. Washington Street. There will also be 3 in-person meetings. The first 2 events are informational meetings to be held on Feb. 6 at the Now Meeting Room inside the Indianapolis Central Library, 40 E. St. Clair St. The meetings will run from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and 4 to 6 p.m. A final public hearing will be held at 5 p.m. on Feb. 28 at the IndyGo Boardroom, 1501 W. Washington Street. Artist's illustration of Red Line BRT bus line proposal that is now being built in Indianapolis. Photo, provided by IndyGo. The goal officials put what conservative ridership estimates at approximately 11,000 daily trips. Ridership is expected to grow over time to match population growth. But Day said IndyGo isn't measuring Red Line success by the number of riders. Instead, the top priority is working closely with neighborhoods, residents and other stakeholders to make sure the Red Line and future BRT lines bolster communities. She added that IndyGo is working to create a variety of how-to materials for those who have little to no experience with rapid transit systems. I think as we see more people be able to integrate it into their lives, that will certainly be success, she said. If you're still driving, if you're a bicyclist, if you're a pedestrian, if you've never ridden transit or if you've been riding with us for decades, we want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable with those changes that are happening and the new system and that everyone sees the value in it. Just seeing that increase in ridership with the whole transit system will be a testament to making those investments. They said that beyond the Red Line, some of the biggest change will be felt as improvements are made to local routes. The bus service is transitioning to a grid-based network, and upgraded bus stops along high-frequency routes downtown called super stops will bring the same lighting, seating and improvements seen on the Red Line to other parts of the city. By photo, an IndyGo Red Line shelter is seen mid-construction in the middle of Meridian Street near the intersection with 30th Street in Indianapolis, Thursday, January 24, 2019. Photo, Jenna Watson, IndyStar. The other BRT routes. In 2019, we're not only opening the first rapid transit line, but we're also improving all of the local routes as well, they said. Your trips will be shorter. You'll be waiting less. It'll be easier to connect to transfers and reach your community in a reasonable time frame, and the Red Line is going to provide that frequent spine down the center of the county that really makes more accessibility possible. BRT plans have been brewing for years, and IndyGo's own vision for a connected, multicolored line system in Marion County has changed over time. The original idea was for 5 lines, but that plan has been scaled back to just 3. The Red Line will eventually be joined by the 14.8-mile Purple Line, which will run from the Transit Center in downtown Indianapolis to Fort Benjamin Harrison in Lawrence, and the 20-mile Blue Line, which travels along Washington Street from Cumberland west to the airport. The other lines are in the engineering and design phase. The plan calls for the $140 million Purple Line to be completed in 2020 and the $200 million Blue Line in late 2022 or early 2023. Like the Red Line, officials hope to use a combination of city and federal funds to pay for the construction. The Red Line was backed by a $75 million grant from the Federal Transit Administration's Small Starts program, as well as $21.3 million in local matching funds from the Department of Public Works, an IndyGo Reserve Fund and the Downtown Tax Increment Financing (TIF) District Fund. The distribution of the federal grant was marred by a year-and-a-half delay. The federal government approved $50 million for the Red Line under former President Barack Obama, but the final $25 million piece was in doubt after President Donald Trump took office. The local funding through the mass transit tax that passed in 2016 and was then ratified in 2017 allows us to make the improvements with local dollars, but the federal dollars allow that timeline and the scope of the project to be in line with what we'd like to see, they said. IndyGo anticipates hearing whether it has received the same federal funding for the Purple Line later this summer. The complete Red Line corridor is proposed to run from Westfield in Hamilton County south to Greenwood in Johnson County. They said construction on extensions outside Marion County cannot begin until officials in those counties approve local funding. IndyStar reporters Kelly Wong, James Briggs and John Toohey contributed to this story. Call IndyStar reporter Justin L. Mack at 317-444-6138. Follow him on Twitter, @JustinMack. Read or share this story, https://www.indystar.com/story/news/2019/01/25/indianapolis-traffic-how-indigo-red-line-change-life-city/26567380002/